Hey everybody, my name is Robert and this is Jax. We're here in Amsterdam and I'm here to tell you about Smartup Zero, a really cool project that you can join now to help us create a new technology called Onlive. In this video, I'm going to introduce myself and my vision when it comes to technology and how it can help improve our worlds. The other videos I'm gonna make are gonna be more in detail about the technology and about the method and way we build technology. But for now, I'm just gonna focus on the high end picture. Um, we have Smartup Zero, which is the organization that I founded, and we have Onlive, that is the technology we're building in that new organization. A little bit about myself. I like to think of myself as a system innovator. I don't come up with solutions to individual problems, but I come up with different types of systems, improvements for systems, or redesignings of systems that actually are responsible for a lot of problems in the world. So when I look at the world, I see how we use technology. I see that technology kind of like is in our face. It's like it leads us. It's more like the goal than it is the means. And let's focus on the smartphone. That's also what I do. The smartphone seems to be designed for the individual. It's tailored to me. It's all puts me in a bubble. It's my world, and that way we have a world where a lot of individuals have their own little world, and we are not looking at a common world anymore, which is a big problem if we actually want to solve it. Big problems, and also it's kind of demotivates us because if you think of the global issues like climate change or biodiversity loss, war, poverty, all these huge issues in the world, it feels like we can't really do anything because we are just an individual, and that's like a cause of like how we've designed our technologies. And we've been since Bill Gates and since Steve Jobs started thinking on computing, they've been thinking of the personal computer. It's like every individual has to have one computer. I am kind of like against that, as in I try to explore other ways or different types of methods. So I like to think, for example, when it comes to computer systems, of computers should help groups of people instead of one person. I don't want to talk about end users anymore. I want to talk about a group of people being in the physical world together, need to learn, need to experience, or need to work together, or need to share together. And we have to build technologies for that. To make it a little bit more concrete about what this project is about, Smartup Zero is actually about changing the way our internet infrastructure works. Right now, we have our traditional infrastructure, which is has a database, it has servers, and it has a cloud system, which is gives us access to content and information wherever we want, whenever we want. So, what I've been exploring is a completely different type of architecture for our information infrastructure, which is purely based on smartphones. I figured like there's never been a more widespread technology available in the world than the smartphone. Um, and imagine if we can actually create an information network by just using smartphones. So how can we use these smartphones locally in cities and in communities when they don't have access to the internet, or when they can't have access to the internet anymore because of a disaster, or when you have corrupt governments, autocracies. Um, I figured we have smartphones and we bring them everywhere we go. Let's use them to create a network. So that's what we did. We actually created a new network protocol for a smartphone only that runs a network between smartphones that are randomly together. So whenever you're in a museum or in a classroom or in a supermarket or at a conference hall or at a music concert, all these moments when we are as a group together, experiencing, learning, or working together, we've built a network for that, for all these different types of situations that we then share with each other. So that's really cool. That's really promising. That means that we don't need any servers, no other hardware involved besides the smartphones we carry. The implications are endless, mostly when it comes to disaster relief areas, or areas when we have governments that are censoring the internet too much. When people with these types of networks can actually organize themselves. It's a people's network. It's by the people, for the people, no other parties involved. So I figured, like, this type of technology, we should not like commercialize this. We should not like get like a lot of money from commercial investors. So we have like the shareholders later, and we have to like pay the shareholders, and it becomes a data driven, data selling platform instead of some tool that can actually help and elevate people, or relieve people from whatever shitty situations they are in. So I adopted the Smartup method, because so what I just described is kind of the startup method, right? So I have a technology, and then I go try to raise a lot of millions and rounds, and then have shareholders and founders and blah. And before we know it, we don't really focusing on the product anymore. We're just like trying to make as much money as possible, which I don't like to do with this type of technology. Really want to create this technology in an open source and collaborative way, owned by the people, for the people. So I designed a new method called the Smartup method. So in next videos, I'm going to tell you a lot more about those two things. So the Smartup method and Onlive, the technology, the network technology. But for now, I think I gave you a big overall picture of this project. What I want you to do is to decide if you think like you have skills and talent, or resources, or network, or to get involved in this. Go to the website smartupzero.org. You can read a lot more about this project, and you can you can subscribe to the idea, which helps us validate the idea and grows help us grow to the next phase of the Smartup. Um, my name is Robert. I'm the founder of Smartup Zero. We are now with around 60 people collaborating volunteer basis in a community. We have different types of teams. If you feel triggered by this idea, and you feel like you want to help us, me, and or get to know Jax, appreciate reach out. Give me a thumbs up on the video, and I hope to see you soon. Thanks for now, and I will make a new video soon. Cheers.